Hi, I'm Paul, your help Locks Locksmith. In this video, I'm going to be showing you what can happen to your door's mechanism if you use the wrong size screw when changing your lock. Okay, so lots of people now are concerned about the home security and choose to upgrade their locks, particularly new PVC and composite doors. And this is something that we actively encourage. However, it can go wrong. A lot of people are fitting locks themselves, and if you use the wrong size screw, you can cause a lot of damage. So people are either doing it themselves or getting unskilled people to do the job for them. That's the worst case, of people actually paying somebody who's not skilled in doing this. And although it's very, very easy to change a lock, I'm going to show you worst case scenario, what happens. And trust me, I come across this quite a lot. So when you fit the lock, this here is the hole where you put the screw, and you'll just screw the lock in place and hold it in place. Sounds really easy, and it is very, very easy. However, this screw in particular is actually too long for this mechanism, and in fact it's just got stuck there. That's as far as that wants to screw, and if I force that screw to go any further, it's going to go through the lock and out the other side, and then it will put pressure just at the very bottom of the mechanism here. Now this happens an awful lot, and I'm going to show you the same mechanism as this one where this has actually happened, and we've had to repair a door and do one of the more expensive repairs, which is replacing the centre case. Okay, so here is mech number 2, and this is one that we replaced because the mechanism was failing to operate properly. I think, if I recall right, this lock wouldn't lock, so we had to change the mechanism in order to, or the centre case, in order for the customer to be able to lock the door. And you can just see here where the mechanism, it's just been pushed out by pressure from a screw. I don't know if we can see on the video. I'm going to try. You may or may not, you might just be able to see a slight difference in the colour just inside, just round here. You can actually see, if we can just catch it in there, if you can just see a slight point on here where the screw had actually caught it, you can actually see where the screw has pushed the mechanism out of place. And then if I turn this round, you can then see the space, because that was pushed out. It's just opened up the case. You've got this almost like a fracture running right the way up the case. Now remember, inside these cases, if you've watched any of our other videos, there's lots of small pieces in here that once you do something like this, things are going to get loose, things are going to drop out of place. The minute something moves, your mechanism is going to fail. At some point a small part is going to get caught behind the latch or the bolt, or drop into the bits here where you know the key operates, the locking of the latch. Anything like that can happen, but anywhere around here somewhere, something at some point is going to cause this mechanism to fail, and it all stemmed from just putting a screw in here that was too long. This happens so often, and that's why we're doing this video. So what we're going to do now is we'll open this up and we'll take a look inside and try and see what happened in here. Okay, so this is the mechanism now that we've moved half of the case off, so we can have a look inside. So again, you can see here the Euro profile where the lock would have gone through. And there's that mark that I told you about earlier on. If you can just see it here, that's where the screws pushed it. You can see it's just slightly bent out of place. We showed you how along the top here is where we had that space, that small space that shouldn't have existed. It should have been nice and compact, and the damage really is done because of that small bit of movement that is now allowed inside this mechanism that shouldn't have been there. This is the bit that is operated by your lock, and there's lots of tiny pieces. It's hard to really show in this video, but this has just moved just like out of place. It's just allowed it a bit of movement that shouldn't have happened, and that tiny bit of movement has meant that this will no longer operate. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. We hope you found this useful. If you'd like to see some more mechanisms that have opened, you can head over to YouTube if you're not there already, with a full album of those. We also have an album of high security locks if you want to have a look at the Ultian that we recommend. If you're in the West Yorkshire area and you'd like us to upgrade your locks, by all means you can get in contact with us. In fact, around this video I'm going to put a link for the Help Locks app. Through there you will see details. If you click more, you can have a look at details of the Ultian lock that we highly recommend, and you can also contact us through there by simply pressing the contact us button. You'll come straight through on our 0800 number. So we look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Thank you very much.